Okay. Alright, so I've officially got the disc in the... It is an Xbox 360 game we will be playing.
There's
Oh
so many
boy.
things that could be.
I can't
Is
wait.
this gonna be Automatius?
Nope.
This is going to be Ozymandias?
No. Gaze ye upon my works in despair, though.
No,
Like I
my
pulled out Automatius
the
because it's
greatest
the sort of thing that was
I've
awful,
ever
and I
s-
couldn't imagine someone wanting to have to experience alone.
I love that game. It
Are you a
was
big
like...
fan of Kokoro Belmont?
Yeah, that's exactly it. God.
Have
Who
you
is
guys seen
canon,
that-
thank you very much.
Yes, incredibly canon character from Castlevania.
Yeah. All right, have
Okay.
you guys seen that one tweet that's just this guy like reducing Ozymandias to, I came into the desert and saw a sign. Yo, this is Ozymandias. This all my shit. Better than your shit. Fuck off, nerd. But there wasn't anything there. Just shitloads of sand. Just
Like that's
shitloads of
the
sand.
point of Ozymandias.
Ozymandias is the shrinking into a corncob pipe of its day.
Yeah, kinda.
Literally.
Merely a corn cob.
Alright.
We will
So,
only respect the drill cannon.
excuse me. I have to reflexively say pipe. Alright. So, we want to call this the official start here?
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
All
Alright.
All
Keep all
introduce
of that,
ourselves
though.
like a
Yes,
good
go
people.
ahead.
I am Beats, and this is my stream. Pay no attention to Gogglebob and his lies. I often
Pay no
stream
attention to
Xbox
the
360
Gogglebob
games because I have access to all the best technology. Not
It's
that
And the
me.
rest of you?
It's me, Fanboy Master, waiting to see if Beat is done talking or not.
And I am Morning Song in a similar situation, and everyone's just kind of laughing because it's funny.
You know, I came here to have a good time, and I'm feeling very attacked right now.
That's because that's like saying that after I throw a bottle at your head.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to go ahead and say you're not going to have a good time with this.
I don't
can't
think
wait.
you
We're all
know.
gonna guess.
Like, this
It's-
could be
we're all
just
gonna guess
about
what it
anything,
is.
and I will make monkey shines at its expense.
I'm kind of excited that nobody has actually guessed it so far.
It's Oni Chanbara, the bikini
One
killing zombies here.
Chanbara.
Yeah, everybody's
Alright,
going. Everybody's going in the completely wrong direction, so I'm going to just kind of start this. And I purchased this as a special edition. I have literally never played it before, so I don't even know what like the title looks like.
Oh,
But-
don't
I
make
can't believe Gogglebob never played Gears of War.
Actually, that might be true. But
Yours is good.
this is absolutely not Gears of
Yours
War.
is good.
This is a game that I purchased for $10 because I figured at the very least I wasn't at purchasing a special edition at $10.
Sneak King.
Those get cheap after a while because they just want the shelf space back.
Yes, they do. And this was definitely a shelf space kind of game that, living in South Jersey, I don't think was ever going to be sold otherwise. So let's get this going, and then you can actually see it. Everybody's actually on the stream or whatever, right? You guys are good?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm waiting with bated
through
breath.
the
to
Alien
understand
Wars.
what this is.
Same.
Let's see if we... Okay. Just want to see here. Drop the veil when it actually starts reading. There we go.
I really enjoyed when my Xbox 360's disk drive was dying because it would seem like it was reading something, and then it would tell me to put an Xbox 360 disk in like Korean.
Of course it would.
Oh man, loading is my favorite
rec-
game ever.
It's one of my
I
favorite.
don't
too.
recognize
Oh,
this.
Activision.
Oh, there's
This
a
is
lot. of
already a
bad
bad sign.
going.
Oh,
Born under a
fuck.
bad sign.
Just try and think of all the things I know Activision made.
Oh hey, it's
Fun
okay. It's made by
oh.
Fun.
Oh.
And
It's a crouch
Experiment on
away.
your brain to see
Oh
if-
no!
Oh, you're
No.
kidding me.
Oh
No!
You can't.
no! No!
No.
No!
You wouldn't. You couldn't
I
have.
can't believe you've done this.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You what? You get. Ah!
You are history's greatest monster.
I know
Why
what
would you
we're in
do
store
this?
for, and it's like worse than you think.
Can't we just watch people kill ducks all day, apparently?
I'm just really glad that this has so escaped the cultural like landscape as far as my brain is capable of processing that like I forgot these guys existed.
I will never forget these guys existed because one of them does an extended cameo in the worst movie I have ever seen, which would be God's Not Dead.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
God!
that sentence about to end with God's Not Dead.
I know of this game mostly because it's one of the few that Foldable Human has refused to stream.
Understandable.
Going where no man has gone before.
I like
Me
Foldable
too.
Human, and I understand why he would do that because he seems like a reasonable person.
Yeah, is this like who's this meant to hurt other than yourself?
I mean, ostensibly us, but that's
How long do we have to watch this awful looping GIF?
Yeah, I mean, warning: this game uses an autosave feature. It will load itself onto your hard drive, and you can't stop it.
I can stop it. Trust me. If I stop Sonic 06, I can stop this.
No one can stop Sonic 06 except Sonic 06.
Only Sonic 06 has the strength to stop Sonic 06. Okay, so there's a story mode. I really hope the story mode consists of Duck Dynasty, hunting down and killing Duck Dynasty 2. And then the two of them hang out with Big Duck Dynasty. I've never seen Duck Dynasty.
Wait,
I like your idea that all of them are just named Duck Dynasty. Also,
look, it's
on
Duck
foot,
Dynasty with
fishing,
the whistle.
hunting, and driving controls.
Oh boy, this
So,
This
like,
is
Does
a game with a
crossover with the
story.
Walking Dead survival instinct?
I feel like I have to say this is a story game. There is a story mode.
oh man, the Duck Dynasty visual novel, finally, what we've all been waiting and dreaming
I'd like to point out that like I'm just looking at this and seeing their like actual photos, and I'm imagining this being like a Mortal Kombat 2 mod.
Oh,
God,
that
would
would
be
be
perfect.
wonderful.
Fatality.
I cannot wait to see like how terrible the 3D models look like. Well, I mean,
Well, what
Granted-
happens when you perform a babality on a man with a beard? Of that
granted,
size?
these
Oh,
guys chose to
God.
look that way. No, they didn't choose to look that way. They just looked that way because, wow, this is some badly compressed video. Oh, God.
my
No,
God.
it's not that, buddy.
Wow, and then it stopped. Should I like
Oh,
unmute this to hear their awful voices? I'm gonna do it.
they
Who the
all
hell-
sound like you. They all sound like exactly what you think.
There we go.
Oh God, that one guy's face.
Oh,
I
I
love it.
can't believe these horrible stone puppets have been forced into a semblance of life.
The beard is surprisingly fuzzy on the one guy.
But only the one guy.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
only
why
one
it's
guy.
striking.
True fact, all these guys grew beards for the show. Before that, they were all clean shaven and looked like normal human beings.
I'd like to point out that if you had really wanted to hurt yourself and others, you could have streamed the DS version of this game.
There's a DS. Why? No.
Of course
no.
there is. I like that everyone's introduced with like little subtitles and what have you, so that way we know which Duck Dynasty
have
is
to-
which Duck Dynasty.
This is a tradition of how TV games work. Like no matter how little sense it makes to imitate the style of the TV show, you do it.
So what was that explosion in the intro? Because like we saw that explosion 4 times, and I'm not sure how guys.
We're gonna have to find out, aren't we? That's what the story's about.
Story
Explosion.
mode.
Now remembering the 24 game for PS2, that's like about an earthquake machine.
I think that might have actually been G.I. Joe.
That's actually the plot of season 1 of Arrow.
Yes, it is.
Like there's like when you're going for like the most insane like plot that you could give someone, like making a machine that makes earthquakes is pretty much like top the heat.
That's way up there.
I gotta say, the whole like stroking the beard animation, they probably should have just not done that because it doesn't work at all in computer graphics.
They're completely missing the beard altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had to mocap this. I wonder if they got like the Duck Dynasty guys who are supposed
I'm imagining
to.
someone just gluing mocap balls to that man's ears.
Yeah.
I picture
We're
just
gonna this high fidelity.
I'm picturing one random Japanese woman who has to do all of it in a mocap suit.
Like this entire thing looks like it was probably made over the course of about 7 months. So
I was gonna
Yeah.
say weeks.
No, any of these 3D models are slightly better than that.
Yeah, the one guy holding a cup actually does look like he's holding a cup. So congratulations.
Better
on that.
for like a given
The-
sort of the word.
There's probably not a version of the model without the cup.
Like I think it was like there were 7 weeks devoted to each of the 4 gameplay types.
That might be optimistic considering, we haven't even seen the gameplay yet. They're
All
really
right,
into
so
this, whatever
I've
is
seen
happening.
streams of this game. They are
So
all
what
they
the
are
fuck are they
hideous.
talking about, Goggle Bob?
I'm
Like,
actually
why are
not
you playing
listening
it?
to them at all, and I'm very disappointed there aren't subtitles.
Yeah, you should have turned on subtitles.
Yeah.
I checked the options, there weren't any. They just
Duck
they-
Dynasty, the people who started
Dynasty
Duck Dynasty
demands are
personally
full.
requested no subtitles because
Yeah.
they hate the hearing impaired.
I'm just assuming they think their target audience can't read.
Also
Ah.
true.
I don't like to make assumptions based on people about the TV they watch, because otherwise I'd probably have a big fight with my wife.
This is true. We just mentioned Arrow.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Do I have like a fucking leg to stand on here? No, I do
I mean,
not.
you watched fuck, what was that
Okay.
Marvel guy?
Iron Fist.
Yeah, Iron Fist.
Yes, I did
You
it to
captured
myself.
the entirety of Iron Fist. I'm not even sure how you did it.
Over the course of a single weekend too.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like you
Was-
just slammed that. It was like, oh man.
Like,
I
Was
ran
that like
straight through the
a
wall, but I'm
misery
not giving up
situation
the
there?
wall.
Or?
I think I
Like your
just
legs have been
started
broken?
and was like, oh god, it's awful. Let's just crash through it really quick.
I feel like Beat was out of commission for like either Jessica Jones season 1 or Luke Cage season 1, but it wasn't. He was in shape to be able to do other things when Iron Fist came out.
Oh yeah, no, Jessica Jones season 1, I had just broken my foot and was stuck in bed with nothing but like a TV and a Roku box.
Yeah, I was looking back through my text with you, and I saw like the text that you had sent me when you first like broke your ankle or something. And you just like you just sent like, they think it might be broken, it sucks. But you
It sucks.
texted like a selfie with you and your wife just in the hospital in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah, yeah.
so
It was the
I'm
most
going to side with
possible
the Ducks
interaction.
in this game. I
Yeah,
want the Ducks to win.
Oh wait, can you like play as the Ducks? Is this like playing as the Raptor in Jurassic Park?
Is this like
That would be
playing? Is
amazing.
this like playing Deer Avenger?
I'm pretty sure I want to be a raptor in this game for the same reason.
I
Couldn't you
mean,
be playing as Bambo instead?
God. Now you've reminded me of my Bambo fanfic.
I'm remembering your 5 different drafts of a 1-paragraph Bambo fan.
So the best so far I can do is just play with the camera, which is not fun at all.
This is
That
immersive.
sucks.
This is like the beginning of Skyrim.
Yeah, you are. Oh, that's who you're playing as. You don't get to play as any of the guys because they're too real for you. You're the camera crew.
Actually,
I would
think
play
you
that
might spend
game.
I think you might spend this game playing as Original the character.
Which is
That's
this
still.
dark-haired dude? Yeah.
Which, like, just imagine who that's for. You get to live the fantasy of hanging out with the Duck Dynasty crew.
I'm sorry, but I
Oh.
kind of hate that Original the character kind of looks like me, so that bothers me.
I can't believe that they digitized Goggle.
Like, on an intrinsic level, it's like, hey guys, this is Goggle Bob. Just broadcasting from Duck Dynasty Town.
Look, like if it,
I can't
if it
believe the
makes
Duck
you feel
Dynasty game
any
is
better.
an isekai game.
If it makes you feel any better at all, my wife says all white people look alike all the time, so it
And
could
she's
just be
not
that.
wrong.
Yeah, well, I've determined
He's
I'm
not
kind of Duck Dynasty racist because I can't tell these guys apart. Like,
Guess
Fair,
what?
they
They're
all
also
have
white
the
people.
exact same giant stupid beard, and they all wear the exact same camo.
I like that they set up like a GTA target location system here.
Get in the blind. Okay,
Get in the
I
blind,
don't know
right,
Duck
guys?
slang.
So I'm kind of sad that this isn't first person, because if it was, I could call it Call of Duck.
I mean, it's
Call
going
of
to be
Duty.
first person eventually. I believe this. You can tell that you don't belong because you don't have an awful beard.
Maybe when you level up, you get a beard.
Yeah, like maybe
Like you
it's
level
like,
up. Look at how fresh-faced of a baby you look like.
This is true. Like I'm just wondering who's this 15-year-old kid hanging out with these like really weird, creepy men. This seems questionable.
Like you're just like a stretched out small child that has been like
Again,
put up on the rack until they're large enough to stand next to the Duck Dynasty.
I see nothing but myself in this character, so stop calling him a stretched out small child. Like, I totally own that shirt. I apologize.
It's not a bad shirt. I mean, like
That's a fine shirt. I don't.
Yeah, it's Lavina.
The camo, but
God, he has better, like, eyebrows than I do. This really bothers me.
you're gonna spend this entire thing
Goggle Bob,
complaining that you feel inadequate next to your Duck Dynasty stomach.
Goggle Bob, you keep like intentionally comparing yourself to this paragon of digital perfection, this Adonis in 128 bits. You're going to you just bring yourself down. You can't do that to yourself, man.
The best part is that I misheard.
Oh god,
Adonis.
it's got real-time whistle blowing.
Oh, this is hideous looking.
What am I supposed? Oh,
You need to do the quick time event.
He's
It's the
first
first
person.
duck call.
this is crazy.
I really
Call
hope
of Duck.
I really hope that oh god, it's
I remember this scene from Shadow Hearts.
you're playing Duck Duck Revolution.
No, this just looks like the freaking Judgment Ring from Shadow Hearts.
I think he was flipping you off there.
I would be too.
Yeah, so would I. I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, this is Shadow Hearts, by the way.
It's just the same pattern every fucking time.
Well-
Quack, 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 quack,
Quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack.
Quack, 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 quack,
Quack,
quack, quack.
I'm just waiting for this game to morph into Donald Duck going quackers.
I mean, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we need to
There's
play
like
a
a
better
million
duck
Donald
game.
Duck games I could have gone with there. I consider Disney's PK Out of the Shadows, but I felt that would make it less obvious what joke.
Yeah, no, you made the right choice the first time. Don't doubt yourself, man. You got it.
So, I guess your job in this game is to summon ducks for someone else to kill.
You don't get the thrill of killing ducks. You have not earned that right. You're just lucky that you're not doing the dog from Duck Hunt's job.
Doing the
Although that
dog
would be
from
kinda
Duck
fun.
Hunt's job would be better. That guy always gets the last laugh. There's nobody who can stand up to that motherfucker.
I was gonna say there's somebody in the chat, but that's just you
It's
linking
just
your
me
fan
posting his
fiction.
Bambo.
Ah, yeah. When's the last time I wrote one of these?
It's been at
2015,
least
that
since
is
Homeward
far too
Bound.
long ago.
Was the last one Homeward Bound?
No, the last one is Johnny Quest is racist, and that's not okay.
No, it is. Both of these things are true. I wish that your character had to do like some sort of duck attracting dance. Oh man, now you can't get rid of it. You've got the achievement.
Yeah.
Now I had to play it all the way through. And now
Gotta get
you'd have
1,000
to
out
get
of 1,000
platinum
on
on
Duck
this.
Dynasty.
Platinum Duck Dynasty.
Oh wow, somebody 4 years after I posted Burger King Kids Club, The Death of Wheels, found it and wrote, "Oh golly, my dick turned wet."
What?
I remember someone saying like, "Why is this in the Toho section?"
Yeah. No, what does this have to do with Vocaloid?
Oh, it's Vocaloid. I thought I played it Vocaloid and Toho. They're basically the same.
They're
exactly
the same
the
thing. One has more hats than the other, pretty much.
Can we just combine them and call them Tohocaloid?
Wait, what if Duck Dynasty? Oh god, can you imagine how quickly this game would be over if you were a Vocaloid? You could probably just robot call all
Summon the ducks.
You summon the ducks and the Duck Dynasty guys get pecked to death. I
Yeah.
don't know what ducks do to attack people.
Oh, I can tell you a story about that.
Oh, tell me about getting assaulted by a duck.
Malone Duck, my god. Look it up on Twitter. It exists. Beat me.
I will
Okay.
dig this up for you.
I'm going to be really disappointed if you don't just crash headlong into a tree.
You can't do anything. You just play with a radio.
What?
Wait, you're not driving?
No.
Why?
You get to do the fun of sitting in the back as you have to sit around with like your country cousins that you don't have anything in common with, but they told you to come along because they wanted to make you feel included.
He's clearly riding shotgun because he was controlling the radio, though.
Okay, so he gets to sit in the front. That's something, I guess.
Oh, you get to shoot now, man.
All right.
Also, I think if you aim, it just auto-locks you to the next target.
Of course it does. Wait, that bottle's being thrown? This is going to be complicated.
No, it's not if you just keep aiming in midair.
Oh yeah, hey! Absolutely very simple.
Your character's a freaking Deadeye.
I'll be honest. I feel that it's better that this game does way too much for you to be incredibly easy than to be, ridiculously hard.
I'm imagining just like a freaking impossible Duck Dynasty.
Can't get through the first stage. Oh, no.
How do
I finally gain the
unbeatable Duck
ultimate
Dynasty.
approval? You will have to work for it, child.
Alrighty. You have to
Also,
earn
hello,
your right to
Muteki.
Duck Dynasty.
Hey!
It's Muteki!
Hey!
Hey, Muteki.
Welcome to a live stream of Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, this is
Oh
happening.
my god!
Someone else has to
Oh.
reference obscure old Duck video games.
Alright.
Well,
I don't
I
know
once
about it.
had
Oh, sorry.
I once had a dream where I used my friend's DDR dance mat to play Duck Hunt, and she got really, really mad at me and took it away, and it made me really sad. And then I talked to that friend, like, in real life, and she was like, holy shit, if you can actually do that, you can totally borrow my dance mat.
Important, you series of controller converters to get it on the NES. It's perfect.
That is genuinely, like, I have no idea how you'd even do that.
Wait, to play
I
Duck
don't
Hunts?
either.
I guess you'd need
You
to
have to
cursor on the
believe.
screen somehow.
Yeah,
Duck
probably the
Hunt has
Wii
no
version,
cursor,
maybe.
sadly.
Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, there's no way to play it, like, in non-light gun mode that I'm aware of, at least.
There isn't. Like, they had to go through a great deal of pains to rework it to work on Virtual Console.
Yeah. Yeah, they basically... It's not even the same game at that point.
Well, no, it worked by virtue of, they just had to redo it so that it worked when you pointed the Wiimote at the screen.
No, this is just literally Duck Hunt. This is the worst. Anyway, I found Goggle Bob's incredible duck story.
Malone Duck.
Should I link it, or should I just give a dramatic reading?
Oh, dramatic reading. Go with that.
Absolutely. Of course,
All right,
dramatic
here we
reading.
go. Give me a second here. Okay, so my dad used to have a neighbor named Malone. Malone was a widow by the time he was living next to my dad, and Malone was also batshit crazy. Once got drunk and lit his lawn ablaze, claiming that it was the best way to maintain the grass. So it goes without saying Malone was also just an angry man. Pretty much every stereotype of a stay off my lawn you'd ever imagined. So one day, my dad encountered a duck that was similarly angry. He named the duck Malone Duck. So we live in an area where ducks are seasonal and also very territorial. And the area across from my grandmother's home used to be marshland. A flock of ducks returned every year. Among those ducks every year, Malone Duck. So Malone Duck, come back and just be a dick to everybody. The rest of the ducks would be chilling. Malone Duck would swagger up and start yelling at everybody. Humans, cars, dogs. Malone Duck did not have any of it. So my dad, clearly a very sane individual, would occasionally yell back at Malone Duck and naturally call my name. Neighbors must have gotten a kick out of it too, because it wasn't long before everybody in the area was talking to Malone Duck. This is about when my dad was in his 30s and generally about when I was born. Part of the reason my dad was yelling at Malone Duck was because he had a kid randomly sleeping at his grandma's. And come on, Duck, that baby wants to get some sleep. So a few years later, maybe 4, I was 5, how old do you have to be to play in front of your grandma's house fairly unattended? Somewhere in there, still pretty young kid, naturally I'm fascinated by ducks across the street, obviously.
Oh, no.
Children do. So my grandmother, very nice old lady who generally ignored everyone about her, decided to accompany across the street to feed the ducks. This could have been something for a Rockwell painting. Could have been. But given the vibe of this story, this could also be the explanation of why I have only 9 fingers. No, it wasn't that bad, just because some of the neighbors noticed the old lady in a small hall across the street and dashed out shouting, "No, don't go over there, Malone is out!" My grandmother completely missed my father's long-running feud of a duck and assumed the crazy neighbor from years ago was out there, maybe burning the lawn again, or a panic response has kicked in, and she decided to calmly escort her grandson back home. Unfortunately, this enraged Malone Duck, who decided it was time to clean house. You can picture a grandmother who hasn't run in 30 years and a highly confused grandson attempting to outpace a deranged duck. You have the right of the situation. I distinctly remember my grandmother and myself getting back into the home where she turned the deadbolt to a door, obviously concerned the crazy neighbor or Mad Duck was going to knock the door down. Not certain which she feared more in that moment. But thank God, Malone did not understand Doris and waddled back to his home. Later, my parents came to pick up my grandma and grandfather relayed the basics of our afternoon adventure. My father's response was simply, "Oh, you met Malone. That duck is a jerk. And that is why I don't trust waterfowl. That duck's probably a hater."
He's definitely a hater.
No.
I
He was
also like to
referring
point
to
out,
a
you
duck
had
I
control of that
posted
car and you did
who
not
was
crash
totally
it
a
into a
hater.
tree.
I also feel like it's worth noting that in the live action shots, I think they have a live action version of original the character. I don't know if he's person from the show or what, but there was definitely a live action version of him.
Can you imagine? And this is just like something I want you all to think about for just a moment. Looking so generic that your dad's friends comes over one day and says, "Hey, we're working on this video game, and we need you to be the guy that everybody will just sort of project onto." So
that seems like a pretty cushy job.
So okay, yeah, definitely. But just the knowledge that you are so normal that anybody could be you.
I would actually really like that. I've never been in a situation where I don't stand out.
Again, I look like this guy. Please stop insulting him.
This is just a stealth Goggle Bob burn session.
Yeah, this is the roast of Goggle Bob. We are all here just to make Goggle Bob feel bad.
I'm just here to call ducks and kill them.
Yeah. Why are you back to the duck calling?
Oh,
well,
man.
now I'm actually
the
shooting
duck call
them.
got more complex.
But no. You.
Call of Duck Quack Ops.
Quack Ops the line.
So, what's your favorite frickin' duck game? Is it frickin' Magical Quest 3 starring Mickey and Donald?
Probably Duck Hunt.
I mean, World of Illusion, or is that the one with Mickey and Donald on the Genesis?
I think so. That one,
Yeah,
that one,
I think
was
it's
pretty
World of
good.
Illusion that has Donald in it.
I was, however, going to also suggest Duck Game, the duck-themed deathmatch
yeah, Duck
game
Game is a good
hosted
duck
by
game.
no other than John Mallard.
Wow.
The fact that I got it doesn't really get across just how bad that joke is. If it could even be
I do
called
appreciate.
I kind of hope that's their real name.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that, someone actually made a game based off of Donald Duck's superhero alter ego for your PlayStation 2 that you could purchase with money.
Darkwing?
I don't
Dollar
quite know why, but they did it.
Wait, Darkwing was
No, not
Donald.
No.
Darkwing Duck.
Maui Mallard, I thought. Right?
No, that's a Genesis and PC game. No, I'm talking about Disney's PK Out of the Shadows. That character is basically entirely exclusive to Italian comics, but they made a PS2 game and released it in English.
Oh. I've never heard of this before. That's awesome.
That's kind of like the GameCube Animaniacs game, because of course that existed.
Oh, the Great Edgar Hunt. They
Yes.
couldn't afford the theme song. It's horrible.
That's the worst.
Wow.
Thing. Are any
I
of the
love
songs
that
in there?
fact. Yeah.
No.
I think the song that they used to replace it has in the lyrics, "This song is legally distinct."
No, they don't. There's no lyrics in the one they replace it with.
Oh, okay. Well, which one is the one that's like that?
There's
bad?
a PC one where it's all jokes about the fact that it's now on the PC.
Yeah, no, I know that one. Yeah, that was
That one's actually pretty good because
Yeah.
it's an actual joke.
right. It has the actual theme song too.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't make me go back to the podcast trying to figure out which one it was that has the legally distinct stuff. No.
Yeah,
we
there's
can
only
make
5 Animaniacs games you could be thinking of. So
Yeah.
We could also talk about the European PlayStation 2 version of Home Alone.
What?
oh, that thing is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Home Alone?
It is a monument to how little Sony of Europe cared. Like, it shouldn't even be possible.
What is this?
I know!
Wait, are you driving now?
If you're driving, you have to like crash into a tree.
I'm
Please.
thinking yes.
I
No-
can't
Aw.
process what I'm looking at right
I
now.
can't
I'm
kill
looking
the
at
Duck
this-
Dynasties.
Wait, so they gave you a car, and you can't actually drive it off the road?
You could just wait. What?
This is like the reverse of Grand Theft Auto.
What? Oh my goodness, this bush is really,
What?
really powerful.
It's a death trap bush.
Also, here for you, Mudeki.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can you not back up?
I
Are you
don't
stuck?
think
Is this a
so.
stop?
Yes, the Animaniacs PC game pack. I need to pick that up and soon, especially since I have a computer that can play it.
Listen, a virtual machine is all you need. Or DOSBox.
That's true, actually. I am sometimes DOSBox works so well it just makes me want to cry tears of joy.
DOSBox is a beautiful thing.
The fact that they have such good OPL emulation on that thing is just glorious.
It's weird.
I'm
that
doing
they-
It
everything
really
I
is.
can to never
OPL is
discuss Duck Dynasty again.
OPL 3 is a beautiful sound chip that almost nobody ever made, really good use of.
Yep. Thank God for
Listen,
AdLib Tracker.
I will pipe everything through the PC speaker, and you will not stop me.
Look, fanboy, I have one thing to say to that. The
What?
DOS version of East-1.
I was thinking about the, was it DOS, or was there a DOS Castlevania one? I feel like that happened.
Yes,
There
yes,
was. There was.
Sounds right.
It
That
had
hurt me.
support for the Tandy sound card as well as the AdLib chip.
I heard that
Yeah,
there
so
was
it-
a
yeah.
Probably the
PC
best
speaker
one.
version of those songs.
Yes. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Blip, 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 blip,
Oh,
blip,
please
blip,
stop.
But, not even Yuzo goddamn Koshiro can save the PC
No.
speaker.
No, it
You
turns
love one
out
bit,
that
one
one
sound
note.
channel.
No. I will say though, on something like the ZX Spectrum, they managed to do some surprisingly good things out of a one-channel speaker type of beeper sound. But on the PC, nope.
No.
I'm
They
doing my
they
very
just
best to not just make fun of the Spectrum.
I like to call the PC version of First Step Towards Wars, the field theme from East One. I like to call it First Step Towards War Crimes.
Oh dear God, I
Yes.
I don't even want to think about it.
Towards war.
I beat that version of it once
Why?
because it was the first version of East One I ever actually got to play, and so
Oh.
years after being that it was one of the earlier versions, I had no idea how you actually were supposed to go about the game. So you go straight up into the mine, and the mine will kill you immediately because it's like the third dungeon.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. Can we go back to talking about the horrible homunculi that exist in the Duck Dynasty universe?
Ah! Every
Oh,
time
dear
it's like
Lord.
the oldest. Is he the oldest? I assume he's the oldest one. He's got the most gray in him.
Their attempts to clone the members of ZZ Top. What a nightmare it was.
Works in progress.
Hey, if we don't do experimentation with cloning technology, it's never going to get any better.
I'm pretty sure this is how Metal Gear Solid 4 opened.
Exactly. I mean, you see his American
Oh my
flag
goodness!
bandana. That's literally
the
Big Boss
back-
after letting himself go.
The backdrop of the dining table looks almost exactly like turn of the century clip art that you get like in a pre-rendered
Turn-of-the-century
background.
art.
Yeah.
And we're talking about
bring me
1900.
That is the best phrase I've heard in
Bring me
quite
some
time.
hot dog man clip art, or you're fired.
Yeah, so I don't have any duck hunting games outside of the original Duck Hunt by way of Wii U, but I do have Dear Avenger and Dear Avenger 2.
Oh, excellent.
Finally, we can discuss his fanfiction with a true Bambo connoisseur.
The thing about Dear Avenger that just blows my mind is that there hasn't been an LGR video on it yet.
Wait,
Because
first of all,
I-
right, he doesn't. His model only has him holding that stupid cup.
I told you. He always has the cup.
He cannot let go.
Oh my god!
And the cup has inverse kinematics. You notice how it's always vertical?
Yeah,
Oh man.
he cares a lot about like keeping the cup upright.
We want to spill whatever's in there.
What could he be drinking for so many hours?
Polygons.
It's just filled with Skittles.
I mean, okay, yes, empirically that is the best way to consume Skittles. I can't lie. It's a
Oh my
science
god!
But like of all the dumb stuff that could happen in this stream, that one was one I honestly did not expect to come true on us.
And original, the character is just kind of staring at the cup there.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I think he's
I get the
just wondering
feeling
if
he's
it's
the only
crazy
one
glued
who
to the
knows
man's
just how
hand.
fucked up this all is.
His
But he
eyes
also knows
tell
his
us-
very existence is dependent upon him not screwing this up, so he's not about to say anything, a single word.
Yeah. His
I'm just
eyes
imagining. Okay.
subtly point to the deep existential desperation he is facing at this very moment.
Well, I'm now just imagining this game, but with like a Mass Effect dialogue wheel.
I'm on board as long as like one of the options, no matter what the context, is always just quack.
They will never just. Oh my god, that's the secret ending to this game. It turns out you were stuck all along.
He's secretly, he's an agent of the Ducks who's infiltrating the enemy.
He's trying to start his own Duck Dynasty.
Truly, it was a Duck Dynasty.
It's a weapon to surpass duck calls.
Oh
A
no.
weapon to surpass Duck Dynasty.
And in the secret bonus ending, you find out that they knew he was a duck all along.
It made him a quadruple agent.
Yes, exactly. They knew
So,
what they were doing.
Do you guys mind if I read a little bit of the back label for Dear Avenger 2? Like the
Not at
product?
all.
Go right ahead.
Go
Please
Okay,
do.
all right. In Dear Avenger 2, our hero is taken from heartbroken to hell-bent in the blink of an eye when a few moronic hunters turn his hot dough date into roadkill.
Wait a
What
second.
would you do?
Are you telling me that I was actually right when I made up that fucking character? Jesus Christ, I'm so mad right now.
His name is apparently Bambo, like
Yes.
Bambi
Yeah,
Rambo.
yeah. We learned that.
Yeah, no, I knew that, but like
Yeah,
the roadkill date part, that's the
yeah, yeah. What would you do? Run for the woods and never come out? Cry like a fawn? No way, bucko! You'd do what any self-respecting, testosterone-laden buck with high-powered tranquilizer weaponry would do. Follow
Oh,
those
you're
heartless
definitely not
SOBs
killing people.
back
you
home
just ghost
Oh,
them.
and
yeah,
show them what
because
vengeance
murder's
is
bad,
all
guys.
about. Yep. Don't panic, people. They're just tranquilizer darts. Choose from the REM 16, the Dreamweaver, or the Snoozy 5000. And don't.
Please.
Isn't
Does this game use road signs as collectible?
Yes.
Yep.
What?
Why are the road sign? This man has a beard.
Wait.
Oh, you unlocked the ability to put bull horns on your car.
Yeah! That's the only thing that matters. All right, okay, but here is the last sentence on the back of the packaging for Dear Avenger 2.
Listening.
Don't worry if you're a bad shot. The computer geniuses who created this game included a fart weapon that will knock them out cold.
What?
I
think
can't
you
believe
just
that this
described as the
hasn't been
game's an
LGR
interactive
video yet.
screensaver.
Yeah. What?
It kind of is. I seem to recall seeing somewhere that. Okay, it's on the front. It says it's written by Brian McCann, writer for Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
That is
What?
upsetting. That's deeply upsetting. So I'm
So
really
what is
hoping
this?
that like this is suddenly going to become the lake fight from Resident Evil 4. And
Oh
I
my
know
god,
it's not,
yes.
But
Like your options are at this point
But
are
wouldn't that be
Del Lago or
fucking
Deliverance,
sick?
and I'm not sure which is worse.
just like a giant mallard just erupting out of the lake.
Please.
Resident Duck 4.
What's his face? What's the name of not Grandpa? I forget.
Other duck guy.
Other duck guy like like furiously hacking at his leg with a knife before he gets dragged into the briny depths.
Resident Mallard. Resident Mallard.
That's it. That's what we're
We've
talking
already
about.
joined the cult.
Something about these boat controls seems a little
I like how you
implausible
just-
to me.
I like how you're just boating
You're
back.
going backwards.
This is the only way to duck.
As somebody who is not particularly experienced with boats, is that actually like possible?
Okay,
to
I
back
know
up
have
in
actually
Florida?
driven a boat and ridden in boats a little bit. I live in Florida. It's a whole thing here.
Yeah.
Yes, it is possible. You can. Do it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah,
You can just set the engine in reverse and it won't go back. It won't go quite that well, but it will go.
It's actually sort of one of the biggest uses for an outboard motor on a sailboat is so that you can just kind of pull out of the dock easily without having to worry too much about the wind or
Yeah, like
getting in other
sailboats.
boats' way.
Most sailboats have like a small engine on them.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to use it much, but like it's there
I
for
mean-
like emergencies. Like
I live in Michigan, so you'd think I know boats, but I actually don't.
I honestly wouldn't expect anyone in Michigan to know about boats because it's cold.
We got lakes.
I know.
There's
Yeah,
a
no, I know.
gigantic-
I'm
Great
aware of
one.
Lake Michigan. I've been to Michigan, but you know.
Reach the squirrels area.
Wait, you're hunting squirrels. Squirrels aren't ducks.
Squirrel Dynasty.
They're allied with
Maybe
the
they're.
ducks.
Yeah, no, they're trying to thwart the ducks are going. The squirrels are going to intervene in the human duck war, and they're trying to stop that.
Oh, I get it. They're trying to like rout the squirrels before they become too powerful an ally. Because,
Exactly.
like whichever faction gains the trust of the squirrels just wins. That's yeah.
Sign 15.
Have you seen this ninja?
Wow.
Wow,
Jokes.
someone got real bored.
He's right behind
Making
you.
this game? Really?
No.
I don't blame them. I'm just saying someone got real bored.
I'm just saying that like I work as an accountant. I put numbers into a machine that just chores the numbers. I'm a number machine guy, and I don't think I would be as bored on my job as the guy who made this.
Pete, tell me how to program an abacus.
Okay, you gotta like make sure all of the you gotta make sure all the little beads are all nice and lined up, right?
Yeah?
And you smash that shit over somebody else's head.
Oh,
Shout, "What now, motherfucker?"
finally, I understand the secrets.
Yeah.
My father used to be a computer science professor, and in his office he had an abacus mounted on the wall with the comment "mean time between failure 10,000 years."
There you go. So I like that this is take down squirrels as if they are a threat in some way.
Take down
Well,
squirrels, sequel to Hotline Miami.
If they're like the squirrels around my area, those guys will fucking harass you if you have anything that looks like food.
Oh yeah, no, squirrels are absolute assholes.
They're
which is why it's
jerks,
so,
but like they don't
which is why
deserve to die.
Which is why there's such a huge risk of them allying with the ducks because they just sort of get each other, you know.
You know,
Oh,
I
is
know
that who
basically
got banned?
nothing about Duck Dynasty other than they're rural and kind of racist. So actually looking at these people and realizing how on model these characters are, despite looking
Yeah.
like
I just want to.
my brain sort of shut off partway through as it was just trying to process what is being put before it visually, like trying
just
to
wanna-
parse what its eyes are seeing.
I just want to interrupt this Duck Dynasty stream long enough to thank Goggle Bob for helping me find that very important excerpt that explains what seed from FF8 stands for.
What does seed from FF8 stand for?
Specialist lesson, elegant man, elite danger zone.
Elite danger zone.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Danger
That's
zone.
beautiful.
Specialist lesson being the first one, and elegant man being the apparently being all slammed together to be the first E.
This is
Are you
the
duck?
least-
Are you metal? What do you need a metal detector to detect squirrels or ducks for?
This is the least interesting thing in a video game
Are you fighting like squirrel terminators?
Yes.
Please That would be fun. That would be fun. An actual Squirrel Terminator.
Yeah, like.
You should have been the one in charge of this game.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
I'm remembering
dun,
that
dun.
thread Beat did like 4 years ago that was just posting dun 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 dun. Responding to everyone who posted the thread by photoshopping a Terminator eye onto it.
No, I didn't have Photoshop. I was doing that shit in MS Paint.
You know what I mean. I was using Photoshop as generic because I want Adobe's trademarks to die.
Please.
Wait,
Oh, that would be beautiful.
May Adobe's programs die fast. Adobe's trademarks die faster than the RAM that I use to open their programs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here.
I'm sorry, can we discuss
What?
the jar of Vietnamese
What?
dongs?
What? What?
What?
Why is this
What?
here?
So, like, I'm
What?
assuming that, like, at one point, the devs were just like, we have to put, like, some sort of
Okay,
collectible in the game because it's a video game and we gotta do this. And then they just sort of sat there.
The
Really
signs weren't enough?
No, I'll bet what happened is they had to watch the entire show, and we're just like, there was a scene about this guy had a jar of Vietnamese money. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. I think Duckman the Elder was a vet. Maybe that's it.
Picked up some Vietnamese dongs.
So if that was anything less than 10,000 dongs, that was worth about 44 cents.
Yeah, the dong is the actual Vietnamese unit. See,
No,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, I thought it was
Pronouncing
something
it wrong
else.
on purpose because we're bad. Wait, is it actually pronounced dong though?
Probably.
I think that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking.
But it
It's
would also
pronounced
probably
different.
not be pluralized either.
It's pronounced very differently in Vietnamese because, for one thing, Vietnamese is tonal, and I don't know all of the IPA that Wikipedia is using for it, but suffice to say, it's different.
I assume
also-
by
it's also
IPA
probably not
you mean
pluralized.
India Pale Ale, and that reminds me to drink more. Be right back.
Good idea.
I can't believe how much Duck Dynasty you're playing. Are you intending to finish this?
I have no idea how long or how Oh, wait, can I go into water? Nope.
Just
I-
dive
I-
into water and end your life.
Every time I think I can do something interesting, I can't.
It's
Can
Duck
you
Dynasty.
drive
should
off the
assume
dock?
that
Well,
nothing-
that's obviously the next question.
Duck Dynasty.
Oh man, what if this was like a Telltale adventure game? The old
That would
Duck
be-
Dynasty man will remember that. Just imagining every bad genre this could be in. What if it was a dating sim?
No.
You could date the old man's, or you could date a duck.
No. Okay.
It's like
all right,
Romeo
that
and
sounds
Juliet.
A little bit better.
A Duck Dynasty and a duck.
Listen, that's how you make the Duck Dynasty.
I mean, that is fair. That is fair.
I can't jump.
Like when your wedding's being officiated at the end, it's just like someone shouting, "Truly, it was a Duck Dynasty."
You just blocked yourself off. from-
Stupid car!
Oops.
No, don't go
You
forward.
got dock blocked.
Now that's what I call collision.
Oh.
I have terrible at parallel parking. I don't even know why I tried this. There we go.
Parallax parking.
There's so much about this game that is just deeply upsetting to me.
I guess I have
Just-
to...
I'm just imagining how awful it felt to spend your time working on this.
Can you imagine just like telling another human being you're working on a video game and it's like, oh man, what game? And you're like, well...
Listen, our company fell on hard times.
Yeah,
I'm working on the DS version of Duck Dynasty.
I'm really curious. You know, like what people would rather have had their names put on.
Okay, so unrelated.
This-
Sorry.
Oh.
No, you first. You first.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, which do you think would be the stronger black mark on one's resume? Saying that you worked on this, or saying that you worked on Pregnant Elsa Foot Doctor?
Pregnant Elsa Foot
Are
Doctor.
you Are you shooting the
Why are you
beavers?
shooting
Of
all the
course I'm
beavers?
shooting the beaver. I think there's like some
Stop.
tension here.
Beavers are nice. Wait,
They're
are you
trying-
doing pelts now?
They're
I thought
trying
you
to
did
take our
murder.
weeds.
You're just murdering all these good boys.
What kind of a monster hates beavers?
A duck monster.
a duck.
I hate this.
Also, this is probably like well in excess of like legal hunting limits because those things are pretty
Oh,
strict.
definitely.
I think it's because they're on duck property or something.
Duck property.
This is duck land.
There's no
You
rule
can't
that
stop
says
here,
a
this is
duck
duck
can't play
country.
baseball.
You have no rights under duck law.
Oh man, if
I'm
you start,
afraid that my friend here has misrepresented himself. He said that he spoke bird.
They're good
Well, you know what
ducks, Braun.
they say.
Wow.
that was
That was
fairly
actually
impressive.
That was
Yeah,
was
what
pretty
the-
good.
Where did that
Dang.
come
Impressive.
from? You didn't make that noise with your throat, did you?
No, I whistled.
Oh, that's
I
even
wish
more
I could whistle.
terrifying. I can't whistle like that.
I can't whistle at all.
Why are you killing all these good beavers? This is wrong. I'm very sad.
This is not the tower defense game that I wanted to play.
Oh man, Duck Dynasty Tower Defense.
Like if the graphics were a little
This
bit
is
worse, I'd
basically
be
what
okay
it
with
is.
but they're just good enough to make me mad.
I'm now just imagining Duck Dynasty, but like as a Civilization style game.
Game wants me to shoot over here, but I can't.
Or
Like you-
Crusader Kings style game.
Yeah, I was thinking like either that or Crusader Kings. Like I almost swapped Crusader
You,
Kings
you
into
play
that
a
show.
literal dynasty.
Well, yeah, you have to like eventually you have to decide when it strategically makes sense to marry into the duck line.
Okay, like what I would play that game if there was DLC to let you play as the ducks, making their own dynasty. Wait, did you just float? You are floating above the boat.
Yeah, you know,
That's what
as
happens when
do.
you fail. You deny all of physics.
You have to do this again.
Apparently. Get
What
ready
did
for
you,
more
what did you
beaver
do
busting.
wrong? Did one of the beavers
He didn't
reach
kill
the
enough of the
reef?
beavers.
I didn't kill them fast enough. The tower fell.
This
Okay,
is
I think
awful.
I think I figured out. None of us are listening to cutscenes, obviously, including Gogglebob, who actually has that
Obviously.
option.
Yeah, no.
But I think I figured out what the rationale is here. They want to shoot all the beavers because to hunt ducks, you often hide in tall grass or reeds and the like,
Oh.
and the beavers will all want to gnaw at those to make their dams, right? Or like
It
use
still
them
looks
as...
hideously illegal.
Now, beavers don't actually use reeds in their dams; they use sticks and mud. So this
We're-
game is just full of shit.
We're killing beavers for
I'm
no
shocked.
good reason.
Maybe
Now
maybe
I'm
you're
even more
trying to-
angry.
You're not even
Maybe
making
you're
like you're
trying
not
to
even using the pelts, right? Because I'm gonna be honest here, like I actually don't mind like reasonable. That's a thing. That's not something that upsets me deeply. But this is just wasteful.
This is monstrous.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is
No,
a,
this is
a bad
genuinely
person action
horrifying.
happening right here. I will not blame nor hate you if you like live, I don't know, in like North Carolina or something and go into the woods and bring back one deer. That's fine. But this is just fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot
I
of the
hate
people
this.
I work with hunt, relatively regularly when the season's up and everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll bring in some of the meat to work and we'll have like elk tacos and stuff, and it's actually pretty great.
That sounds pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
But this is not okay.
no, this is just leaving them there to die.
Yeah, the rivers will run red with the blood of the beaver.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the rivers aren't already running.
Yeah,
Red.
they
You
weren't
killed
modeled
like 40
correctly.
beavers.
Because then the game would have gotten an M rank.
Oh man, mature beaver.
It's
Oh, no.
not it's not
Fanboy,
you
did
know
you even realize the joke you just made?
No,
I
I'm
tried so hard to
I was
keep
making.
any
I
of
was
us
just
from
allowing it
doing
to
it.
move along.
I mean, like of our core
Yeah.
group, probably the most like innocent and pure.
Halfway through that statement, I realized where it was going to end. And I was just like, I'm just going to finish this and move along. And you're the one who had to drag it back and draw it into the sunlight.
Certain crimes must not be just immediately forgiven. There must be some punishment for sins.
Okay, I'm watching this. Is that not punishment enough?
not hate me because I am a servant of justice, fanboy. Hate yourself.
In what universe have you ever been a servant of justice?
It means I go to your house and kick you in the nuts when I'm mad at you.
At no point have you ever done any of this.
Bito wa seigi no mita desu. Mikata, sorry. Seigi no mikata.
It's ruined.
I missed that lineup. Fuck
I
me.
love the gigantic censor bar, or like censoring the logo on a shirt. It shows up to do that all the time. But I always, it's probably just because they have something that like they don't have the license for, but I always like to think that he just has the F word on his shirt in really big.
Fuck Finasty.
So why did you just blow that up, by the way?
Beavers!
Because the beavers live there, and he is not okay with that.
Obviously,
Also,
the
for
answer
that
is
shot,
beavers.
the reality TV interns just literally stood off camera and threw grass at them.
I don't understand what is going on at all.
If the
I'm not even
beavers
sure they
control
do.
land, we must destroy it.
I mean, like, okay, going back to like camping examples, I've been on camping trips. There is nothing more fun than like being with like 4 friends and making an enormous fire in the woods. That's fine.
That is fun, yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that's
incredibly beat, yes.
But like, just an explosion? That's different.
Are you walking on water? What the hell?
Wait, yeah.
He's Jesus. You're playing as Jesus.
Wow. Okay then.
That
Well,
needs to
then.
be the title of this stream if it's uploaded on like YouTube or something. Duck Dynasty.
It
Oh,
will be.
sweet baby Jesus.
I am becoming. Oh, God. Let's
That's a high quality customization. You put that on.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Now your
Dark
boat finally
cow.
gets to look like Unagi the eel.
Okay,
Have
like,
you been talking to your
Muteki,
therapist about that? You
that's-
seem to have like a thing.
I'm gonna like
You
just
know-
drag this back to you, Muteki, on this one because that one doesn't actually reflect on the game. That's a very standard
Yeah,
like
no, that's
sign.
yeah.
That's all just you.
Yeah, that's me.
That's-
No, it's
yeah.
like the only thing I can say about this is that the game's graphics look like they came from at least a generation before this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it still looks at least like a PS2.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking the environments really aren't like that bad.
Yeah, no, the environments aren't.
There's
Yeah, no,
some
the
good
environment's
environments
alright.
in here.
Yeah.
Anytime that a homunculus walks through them, they look bad.
The models would be a lot better if they weren't trying to look like human beings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if they went like a stylized look or something.
What if
Oh, man,
everyone
now
looked
I
like
can
an
think about
anime
the
Duck
fact that
Dynasty?
you look at this. Wait, are you gonna kill frogs now?
No, we're just
Oh, no, you're
catching.
catching them. You
Yeah,
have to catch 50 of them? Why?
Oh no.
That is way too many
Frogs are
frogs.
good, actually.
look, if you
What-
catch enough frogs, it powers up Kina's main ability to attack other things, and then Vivi actually isn't as useful. So whatever.
Wait, what's your dude's name?
He's making an FF9 joke.
Oh my god, this is
Fish.
basically a Xenoblade game, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Catch frogs, deal with guys with beards.
Oh man,
it's
I
all the
put
same.
down Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I haven't picked it back up. And I'm not sure if I will. But
I don't
probably
blame
will.
you.
I mean, it is pretty fun.
If your frog is on fire, organize bystanders. Shout for the frog. Frog Tips is a good Twitter.
It is
Yes. There's no way we're ever going forwards ever again.
I'm waiting for this to die and for you to play something else.
Amusingly enough, we keep like doing new tasks, so I'm kind of like entertained.
What sort of surprises
How?
me is that the game hasn't crashed yet.
This is also
Yeah.
a thing. Well,
Wait, does
kind
this
of. We
game
got
crash
stuck
a
with
lot?
the
Is this
truck
game
at
known
one
for
point.
that?
Like, it's the 360 version. There's a like baseline amount of like don't crash that it had to pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. I think there was actually a PC port of this, which I am almost morbidly
probably
curious enough to
nightmarishly
get. Oh, I have no doubt.
PC port, you say?
I think I was
Oh
looking
no,
it up
you're about to get
because
a
I
gift.
kind of wanted to figure out when it happened,
Oh,
like
what's
when this game existed.
Boop, 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 boop.
Uh,
Yeah, boy, getting places is really the most interesting part of this game. Let me tell you.
I feel like I'm playing FF15 all over again.
Get ready for fishing.
I mean,
Final
I mean,
Fantasy 15: The After Years. Oh my god.
yeah, I mean, consider
The
you
duck
are.
years.
It's just like it's about 4 guys who are, walking around, doing
So which one
shit.
takes
Shit,
pictures?
I mean, like, you're kind of right.
Which one takes pictures?
All of them.
Quit.
Man, I freaking love FF15. I need to go back.
FF15 is good. When I replace my PS4, that'll be the game I go back to. I'll get around
Well,
to
that-
that
the
eventually.
PC
Then you
version
have
is
to
any
finally
good.
fight me in Dragon Ball Fighters.
Obviously, that too.
This is no Terror of the Deep, Final Fantasy 15 VR. Consider, there's like 3 good fishing minigames in video games as a whole.
Did someone say fishing minigame?
Oh man, don't make me queue up the soundtrack to frickin' Sonic Adventure. Big's theme is actually great, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Lazy days, living in paradise.
Metman Moss is in the channel. Hello, Metman Moss.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
man,
hey.
that was good.
Oh, so
Hello.
I didn't realize that the character you're playing as is actually like someone from the show. We thought he was an original character.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that. I hate everything about that.
I can't believe that you were a bit player on.
I have
Yeah,
a Duck
God,
Dynasty
like,
doppelganger.
Why didn't you tell us you were on TV, man? We would have DVR'd it.
Like grandfather, like
Oh,
grandson.
you got an achievement! So the whole world could see you did this. Now you're showing.
He's got like 4 achievements by this point.
Now
Like,
you're
he's got
showing
great-
everyone online you did.
Oh no, I hate you. I hate remembering that joke. I hate it.
Ah, I'm bad. It's okay though, fanboy. I'm gonna make you forgive me.
How?
I have to say, this isn't the worst fishing minigame I've ever seen. Which is
I feel
a
like
shame.
the worst I've ever seen is the one in original Nier. That fishing game.
I was about to say, there's Nier, and that's pretty terrible. But it kind of makes the point that fishing is terrible, so I forgive it. Like, the
It's
first...
just like part of the problem is that like you realize that I don't know if it's that the instructions are written wrong or translated wrong, but they're not correct to how the game wants you to do it.
But the first time you fish in Nier, it's like, that took 3 days. And it's like, okay.
It's miserable.
It's
the worst
supposed to
feeling.
suck.
Sorrow of this game.
I got a crappy. Yay, crappy.
Yay, crappies!
Now
Hey,
remembering,
fanboy.
like, the-
Not that it's related to anything, but you should probably
I'm
check your
opening
Steam.
up Steam.
Oh no. Do I want to know what happened? I think I do.
Once it opens, I'll tell you. I remember, like, late in the PS1's lifetime, there was a cottage industry of really bad fishing games that all had, like, nothing to do with each other. So it would be like, oh, here's the fishing game that has a story about, like, genetic superfish. Or here's the fishing game
Wait,
that, like,
so
Good.
they made a fishing game based off of Trauma Center?
Oh, if only.
That is kind of amazing.
And then, like, there was
What?
one that, like, I remember it just for being mocked because, like, they looked at it and saw that it had the person reviewing it for the magazine I was reading looked at it, saw it had a teen rating, and wondered what the hell had happened. And it was because it was a fishing game with suggestive themes. You played as a lady who just made, like, dick puns about fish the entire time.
And which game was this? I'm just asking for a friend.
I don't recall which game this was, so no, not for Wankery Week next year.
I'm trying to think of like fish puns that are also dick puns, but I'm just drawing a blank.
Well, we did
It's not really a pun, it's just like, ooh, that's a big one. Stuff like that.
That's not even that's an empirical statement of truth.
The entire game.
That's a big mouth bass.
Oh, fanboy, did you get it?
Let's talk about Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Oh,
Pete, tell us about Big Mouth Billy
yeah,
Bass.
okay, I got. Okay, all right. This is all me. I actually, my brother just is moving in like a week or two, right? Not very far, just like a couple of houses down, different apartment, whatever, right?
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
So I got him a housewarming gift, a Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Yes.
Have you seen the
right now?
you seen the videos of those where they hooked up an Alexa into it?
Oh my god.
That's a beautiful thing.
I like the videos where they're running out of battery power and they make weird, unsettling
Those are terrifying.
tones that sound like they are summoning some sort of satanic presence.
Mitsuki, were you
Don't
on the stream
worry.
where I told my Big Mouth Billy Bass story?
Maybe. It sounds sort of
Sonic 3
familiar.
Complete.
I
I
think
was
so.
not on that one.
I missed that one myself.
Basically, my parents, when you live in Florida, you just have a Big Mouth Billy Bass. It just happens.
Comes with your house.
Fair
I
enough.
believe
Yeah.
it.
It just appears in your house one day, and you just accept that you are now a Florida native. Doesn't matter how long you've lived in the state. It just happens to everybody at one point. You just sort of learn to process it. And
I'd
continue
like
with
to
your life.
point out that me and Petito almost got you a Big Mouth Billy Bass as a wedding gift.
I know, that would be awesome. Anyways, so
Can always
this
use
thing's in
two.
my house. I'm probably like either 17 or 18. I'm either late high school or early college. And I was like up like ridiculously late watching Adult Swim some Saturday night, right? And I'm like, okay, it's time to go to bed. So I like, turn off the TV, shut down pretty much downstairs, head upstairs, go to bed like, like any like young adult living with his parents would. I will step into my room, and this immediately like deep, dark voice just bellows, "What are you doing?" And I froze dead. I was fucking terrified. I was like, what the shit is happening? This is not okay. And then I put it together. Either my brother or my sister or somebody in my house took the Big Mouse Billy Bass and put it in my room just to freak me out when I went to bed. And it didn't sing Bad to the Bone or do any of the other stupid shit it did. It chose to go with, "What are you doing?"
I'm now just imagining like you just having gotten done shotgunning a bunch of 12-ounce mouse and walking into your bedroom to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Probably
that's
what
probably
happened.
that's about the right timing too. So yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was doing back in those days.
Fucking 12-ounce mouth was like legendary though. God, I love that show.
It took me a while to really appreciate it because I saw a couple of episodes and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then I watched a few more episodes and I was like, holy shit, this is brilliant.
Yeah, I know,
Realist
right?
humor.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible. I remember
should
reading,
totally-
like an interview of the like the director of it, and like the entire introduction was kind of weirdly brilliant at the same time, kind of not, because like the guy said, so like what the fuck was actually going on? He's like, well, it's not. You're not supposed to understand that you don't live in a cardboard town. Yeah.
Canon.
You should totally reinstall Final Fantasy 15, man. It's a it's a good game. It's
You get to hear one of them shout the Prince of Pain a lot.
Prince of Pain. Is that like a Prince of Persia spinoff?
No, it's just like since your main character's a prince, whenever like your bros are being like, you did a good job in that battle, they'll be like the Prince of Pain.
Ah, very cool.
Prince of Pain is just the direct sequel to Sands of Time.
Yeah,
In
actually,
some territories,
Oh,
it's
man.
called Warrior Within.
Prince of Painja. Fanboy,
That's
did you
a
get the
pun,
thing
yeah.
I sent you?
Yes, I am now the proud owner of Duck Game.
Okay, cool.
Yay!
I was terrified this would turn out to be Duck Dynasty the game, but no, it's not. It's Duck Game.
Duck
You're
Game
welcome.
is
I
good.
don't think even Beat is that cruel.
Well, also, it wasn't on Steam.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Duck Dynasty.
I'm
just
just
didn't wanna
thinking about
maintain the
like that
license.
when Bad Rat's Show came out, and just like immediately like 7 people get gifted Bad Rat's Show by Beat.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it just like had like parts of that horrible "Rats Are Getting Louder" song from the E3 announcement trailer.
Rats are getting louder.
Oh, I do have Bad Rat Show. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I probably gifted it to you.
It was it's
Yeah, you
probably from
did. You
Beat.
must have.
God.
Look, simple
Because I
fact.
would never, under any circumstances, buy that game for myself.
Simple fact of Bad Rat Show is that, well, don't play Bad Rat Show, basically.
Listen, 3D puzzles.
The thing that amazed me most about Bad Rat Show is just how crashy it was, and how fucking smug it was about how crashy it was. Like, this is a game that knew it was crashy and didn't give a shit.
I love how ruined it got every time they did the stupid nuke ending.
Oh yeah, no, that was incredible. Like this game was hilariously unplayable. Like it was incredibly unfinished. I cannot
The
imagine.
patches only seemed to make it worse, which was even better.
Yeah, no,
Like-
they actually advertised how they were patching it and fixing it, and it
Yeah.
never improved at all in any way.
Yeah, like
Rats
that's
are
the
getting-
thing. Like there are a lot of bad games that are out there. There are a lot of bad games that are sequel to bad games. But
None of them will ever top Bad
Yeah.
Batch.
no, I mean like now that Shaq Fu is actually somehow about to come out, like we're talking about the Bubsy game that came out like last year or last year and a half or whatever the hell it was.
I'm enjoying this.
And you know, like the reason that game was bad, or part of the reason at least, was that it was very clearly being made because whoever had the license was about to lose the license. So sort of like with Tony Hawk, they basically just pushed out whatever the hell they had and said, "Okay, guys, deal with it."
Tony Hawk 5's like sheer state of incompleteness when it came out is magical.
Oh my god! I
Can
can't
we just-
believe.
Can we
It's
talk about
beautiful.
what you're doing with that truck, Bob?
What
No.
are you doing
It's
with
good.
that truck?
Please never acknowledge it.
What are you?
But no,
oh,
to
oh,
continue,
oh,
I
you're-
love the,
oh my! This is incredible.
I love
I found
love
I have
emergent
the screen-
gameplay.
I wasn't actually looking at Goggle Bob's stream because I'm a bad commentator, but this is wonderful. Hit him with the truck
So is
again.
it? Did this turn into an open world game?
Yes.
Kinda.
very briefly. But yeah, I'm remembering like Tony Hawk 5. If you just took what was on the disc and tried to play it, you would find that it contained one level.
Well, that's not that
Yikes.
different from Street Fighter.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that it managed somehow to be a
Oh.
more broken experience than Skate 3, which
I
was
love that
notorious
Skate-
for it.
I love that the Skate franchise had like a sequel, a weird, not a sequel, a story.
You
like
finally
a weird story
pushed
that
him
goes
too
through.
far.
So like Skate and Skate 2 were separated by a few years, but in between them was Skate It for the Wii, which explained what was going on in those couple of years. It's very important.
And
I was
really, the
always
only thing I know about Skate 3 is Greg Phonicus.
Oh my! You're just like shoving people into the
They're
sea.
just teleporting, by the way. When they got far enough away, they eventually
the
when you
water.
turned your back on them. They teleported.
Live there, die there.
Aw. Murmurder.
Mermaider,
Fish
mermaider,
don't
mermaider.
Fish don't Scott's no good murder. Metal to listen to.
Can I pin him against the truck?
Oh, he disappeared.
So, like, what are you supposed to be doing? Are you supposed
I
to park
think I'm
the
gonna
truck
go
there?
shoot some like stuff or something. I don't know.
I think
I think you have to
cares?
stand in that.
he's fighting against
Ring
Borum
of
with all of
shit.
his
I
heart.
severely doubt that anything that happens in this game will be more interesting than what you're doing right now.
Yes. No.
Like at this point, he's making art. By the way, so.
Yeah, no. At this point, this is like an installation project.
It's emergent gameplay.
It's performance art.
All right, I have to go back to playing the game now or something.
You don't have to, Bob. No one
You
can.
don't have to.
Enter
You're doing
quest.
it to yourself.
Enter quest. How do you gain levels?
I haven't seen a beard yet, so I don't think I've gained levels at all.
Yeah.
Oh, this must be the grindiest game in history to level up to beard level.
And now we're just shooting bottles again? Where are the ducks?
It's finally back.
The
love
dynasty
shooting
must
bottles.
continue.
Who is this for?
Why are we shooting more? Like, since I've come in, I don't think I've seen you shoot a single duck. But
Oh,
I
you,
did
you
see
missed
you
the early
shoot
duck
every-
shooting?
Okay,
Is
all
that
right.
a water balloon?
But like, I think I came in during one of these bottle shootings, and I've seen you shoot like an entire river's worth of beavers, but not a
I feel
single
like I'm
duck.
dying.
Those beaters.
Look. You shoot the beavers. You woo the ducks. That's why we have the whistles.
Yeah, we haven't whistled in a while, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there either.
I wonder what I gotta do to get those back.
There's layers upon layers with this game.
Does anyone remember? I guess my character's name is John Luke, which I think was the name of that coffee salesperson that existed
It's
in that one
also the
commercial?
name of Captain Picard.
Yes, that's it. This is the story of a young Captain Picard in France.
According to our guest in chat, he's apparently actually a person on the show.
I don't believe that.
Is that Metal
I
Man
won't believe
Master?
that.
who
I
knows
think that he was like created
Yeah.
specifically for the purpose of appearing on the show. Like out of the ether.
Metal Man Master, I want to personally thank you for knowing that this is a thing. Sean Luke.
I want to personally console you for the fact that you knew this.
Yeah, that too. I think hitting the water balloons is bad. Are they flasks? Are they making meth?
Apparently, his
Yeah,
he
They're
has a
obviously
book
making
called,
meth, but I don't think that's related.
Guess
That's
Guess
just
what-
like a background detail of every show.
That's the deep lore.
How
The
is
Duck
this?
Dynasty lore.
There's like another 45 seconds of this. This is like, who thought this would be fun?
I looked up the information on this dude. Like, is he a real person? Was he actually on the show? He has a book. Guess what the name of his book is?
Oh God.
How
I
to
don't
Woo a
want to.
Duck.
I was a teenage Duck Dynasty.
I was a duck boy.
Where my beard at?
You all are going way too high for this. Okay, you're putting way more thought into this than it deserves.
Me and write book good.
That's much
Is it a
closer.
sequel to I Wish I Had Duck Feet?
It's called Young and Beardless.
Yes!
Wow.
God,
Wow.
I came
and a
close!
beautiful life.
Wow.
He realizes even in his own time, I am defined by the fact that I don't have a beard.
I guess the other guys
Oh.
just left. I don't know.
I might be dying. I feel like I'm dying.
I feel like we
I
all.
feel like
Hello,
this game
Rebel
is
Fire.
draining my life.
This is indeed Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
You know, this might actually be like the prequel to Final Fantasy 15 because it's all just like originally they drove for us and now it's just driving to another location and fishing and like if there were little soldiers coming from the sky, it'd be pretty much the same game.
Yeah.
I just feel like this game is draining my
Much.
life.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, we might actually do duck things again.
Oh, finally. I was waiting for the return of Duck.
The
Looney
fact that this
Tunes
game
Duck
has a
Amuck
story
for the
mode and
Nintendo
isn't
DS.
just shoot ducks, it feels like they focused way too much on the wrong parts of this game.
What were the right parts to focus on?
Wait, what is,
Frog
what is the
collecting.
right thing
True.
to focus
That's
on in this
true.
scenario?
Beaver genocide.
That's no.
Is that the sequel to the Tiger Genocide?
Tiger.
I don't like this new direction that Tiger Millionaire's career has taken.
Wow.
You know, I gotta say, I have this Super Nintendo problem wherein I see X on the screen and I always hit not X.
The top button.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the exact same problem.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, somehow I can remember where A and B are, but X and Y just every time.
This game wants you to kill 32 ducks.
This game will not be happy until they're all the ducks are dead.
Yeah, this auto-aiming thing really makes duck killing a breeze, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like, oddly enough, I feel like this is easier than shooting zombies in RE4.
Shoot.
Everybody be very quiet. I'm hunting
No.
ducks.
Thinking about Duck Amuck for the Nintendo DS. That was a strange game, but I appreciated it.
I didn't even know it existed, actually.
It was
name
the Way
sounds
Forward
familiar.
game, attempting to. That's okay.
Yes, Metal Man Master, duck calling is a quick time event. It's
like real life.
a rhythm game.
It's a rhythm
It's
game.
Dance Dance Dynasty.
It's the worst.
No, that's the DDR Dynasty Warriors game. Confusing. But yeah, like they made a Way Forward made a DS Duck Amuck game that's basically like you torment Daffy Duck to open up weird mini games. So that was fun.
I think we've all had that dream.
They did a good job with the part where like you do something and he proclaims that the game is buggy and it just causes Bugs Bunny's face to appear and he gets pissed off.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is legitimately
That's
legitimately. I actually enjoyed they made a like newish sort of version of that cartoon, and they distinctly feature a like Wacom tablet pen as the
Nice.
drawing tool, and that as somebody who uses those, it kind of made me happy.
The other minigame I remember is that there was one that would only like it would override the DS's sleep mode because like you would close the DS and instead of going into sleep mode, Daffy would just start screaming that everything had gone dark.
That is a
I'm sorry,
legitimately
what
good
game is
reason to disable.
This is
Duck
Looney
Amuck.
Tunes Duck Amuck on
It's
the
actually
DS.
just
made by
called Duck Amuck.
Way Forward Technologies. Yeah, it's
I
called
I
Duck
should
Amuck.
see if I should see if my M3DS still works.
It was a very they were really trying because like they got the license to the meta Daffy Duck cartoon, so they were like, we're going to use this.
Yeah, no, that's legitimate. That's legitimate.
Screwball.
Wow, the game's really praising your duck calling capabilities.
I mean, is that really something you want to get praised for? Is that really even praise?
Yeah, I'm gonna have these achievements for the rest of my life.
Your gamer tag forever sullied. XX Goggle XX Bob XX nervous man.
Yeah, actually, that's like the one reason if this game were on Steam, I don't think it is, thank God. But
It
if
is
it
not.
were,
I checked.
It isn't beat looked.
I can't confirm. Sadly.
If it was on Steam, we'd all have a danger of in our
Yeah, it would already be in half your library.
Let me tell you about owning Ride to Hell Retribution.
Oh my God.
That's Beat's fault.
You say that like it's a
Both
bad thing.
rats. It is a bad
I mean,
thing.
it is.
That game's immoral.
I keep unlocking achievements here. It's absurd. Like, I'm just literally playing the game very poorly, and it's like, you got another achievement. Good job, stupid.
Hey, great
feel like
work,
the best-
dumbass.
I'm wandering
Proud
through
of
the
you.
internet.
Idiot.
I feel like the best thing about Shaq Fu 2 is that people forgot that Shaq Fu 2 got announced like 5 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
wasn't
no.
there like a Kickstarter or something?
There
Yeah,
was.
there
It was
was,
an Indiegogo back in like 2012. It was originally announced for PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii U.
Nice.
I forgot
Wow.
it was that long ago. I thought it was like 3 years ago, not 5.
Yeah, you can always
It was
like
a
tell
real
something
long
how
time
old
ago.
something is when Wii U is like listed on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was-
on the list of future consoles.
Yeah, like it was like right as the Wii U came out, so it didn't seem like a strange thing to add it at the time.
At the time.
But yeah,
At the
like,
time.
and now it's coming out for all three console successors for some reason.
Well, because they've got the valuable Shaq Fu license.
Extremely
It
valuable.
was very strange. It was. I love looking at like who made Shaq Fu. Oh, it's the people that made frickin' Another World.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Delphine Software.
Delphine Software.
Wow.
Yeah.
If
Paul
you look at it,
Cosette
it's
did
like,
not know
oh, that
that.
explains why it's over animated all to hell.
Also,
I just thought it was European.
the same people who brought us the fantastic Amy of 2012.
Ah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Foldable Cube
Famous.
was playing that one at
SGDQ. It's gonna be great. The speed run of that it's something.
I've never seen it. I feel like I should now, though.
It's a video game. But yeah, Delphine Software, Shaq Fu flashback. It was Another World flashback Shaq Fu.
Who can forget Fade to Black? Fade to Black.
Yeah,
anyone?
flashback too.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite.
And Subject 13.
Oh, that's an even deeper cut than Fade to Black.
Oh, you mean the puzzle game that ends with Minesweeper?
What?
Yeah. I just
It's-
have like an eternal like blood feud hatred of Eric Chahi because I played Heart of Darkness when I was young. Don't play Heart of Darkness.
Fair
Wait,
enough.
the book?
No, the video game where you're a Boy Scout who keeps getting eaten and his back broken.
Nice.
That sounds...
Sounds more like a separate piece.
Sounds definitely within, like, the general idea of Heart of Darkness, though.
You go to the moon because your dog got stolen by shadow monsters.
Never mind, take it back.
So it's like Blaster Master.
But less fun and harder somehow.
Ugh.
But harder for dumber reasons because it's entirely memorization based.
I will
It's bad.
trash the trash.
I'm sorry. The whole Duck Dynasty obsession with beards thing is really kind of getting to me.
Yeah, no, I mean...
And yet none of these. I hope one of these collectibles lets you have like a fake beard, like a very obviously fake like Santa Claus beard.
Yeah, like just hang, like with like really obvious hooks hanging off your ears.
With Duck Dynasty, it's like that's the like family-friendly, TV-appropriate way to compare like dick size. It's just like, oh well, how is your beard, sir? Let's compare.
And then eventually somebody writes a book about it.
No yuppies, man. Really sticking it to them in 2012.
The fuck does that even mean? What the fuck is a yuppie in 2012?
Nothing, because that entire concept barely exists.
I thought that like died of the 80s.
It's a
It
very
did.
80s concept.
I mean, yeah, it did, but the Sharper Image catalog still exists.
This
Okay,
is true.
fair.
Oh, you unlocked a new bobber.
I mean, the yuppies of today are
Robbers.
like Silicon Valley startup owners.
No, so tech bros basically.
I can understand having a no tech bros sign.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean
but they
like,
didn't have a no tech bros sign. They had a no yuppies sign.
fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You still got
the
The return of our favorite character.
He's still got the fucking cup. I
Same
can't believe
cup.
you were
He
right about
doesn't
that.
want
Like
to
the
admit
first
that
time
he
I saw
accidentally
it.
glued it to his hand.
I can't believe
He doesn't want to admit
Like
he
either
accidentally
you
glued it to
knew or
his
that
hand.
was just one hell of a guess.
He's got a problem.
it was a guess. It was a guess.
I hate this. I feel like I'm his eyes. I feel like I'm dying.
So, Pete,
And
when
I
will you
find
start
it
writing
kinda
cup
funny.
fanfiction?
I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the
Are
best
much
I've
better
ever
things.
had.
Why are there much more interesting trucks in the parking lot? Because, like, would it be too much to be driving something that was, like, remotely fun looking?
Yeah,
Why
I mean,
don't we get flame decals?
Yeah, I mean that's
How
just
many
fucking
cars do
awesome.
we have to kill to get flame decals?
How many signs do I have to look at before they show up?
Oh. Redneck Joyride sounds like its own kart racing game.
I mean,
It might be.
like, no bullshit. That would be a lot of fun, right? Like just taking like some ass old car and driving through the woods.
I think
Yeah,
that's called
it
Test
could,
Drive Off-Road.
it could be like Garfield Kart.
Yeah, you can make a
Oh,
video
God.
game out of that. I mean, one of my favorite experiences in life is when a friend invited me to Crash-O-Rama, which is a very Florida. I'll
Yeah,
never forget the, like,
Crash-O-Rama sounds like a...
Oh my God, there's another freaking yuppie sign.
I'm dying. Why are
What?
you doing this?
What?
Why?
Like next.
What the fuck?
I really want this to end with like your character getting what? Why? I really want this game to end with like your character just getting like the entire cast being destroyed by the protagonist of an actual open world game.
No, I think Metal Man Masters spoiled the ending. It turns out that this entire game was just the character writing Living Without a Beard, or whatever the heck the name of that book was.
Young and beardless.
No.
Young and Beardless, yes.
No. No.
This is deeply upsetting to me.
Ugh.
Sad about the existence of this game. Oh God.
Why?
You sign. What? It's not even a joke. It's just.
It's an homage to that guy with the glass all the time.
Like that. I mean, that could be cute if it was like the sign for an actual restaurant in the South.
But it's just like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
No, it's a non sequitur. It's like, hey, did you know that people from the South like sweet tea?
I do now.
I didn't, and I live in goddamn Orlando.
I lived in Huntsville for like
I don't know what that
nearly,
is.
like 5 or so years. Huntsville, Alabama. They
Oh,
are
sorry.
very protective of their sweet tea up there.
Oh yeah, that's an Alabama thing.
Yes. Yeah, I don't
Rebel
think
Fire,
this is-
however, does not like sweet tea.
Well, there you go.
I don't know where
like
they
it
are
either.
from, though.
Awful. Catch the frog.
I went to a place, I just went to some quick burger joint to get dinner. They said they had sweet tea, and it was sweetened with sucralose. And I'm still mad about it.
I don't even know what that. What,
Oh, that's like that
Splenda.
Ah, okay.
Splendid.
This is
I still have the taste in my mouth.
Okay.
How long ago was this?
That was about an hour ago I had it.
Oh, that's fine then. That's normal.
very angry.
I thought you were going
I
to say
thought you were
that this
gonna say,
was like
10
4
years.
years ago, and I was gonna.
No, I mean, it lingers on your tongue, you know? That's the problem.
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
I appreciate driving backwards now in an airboat. This isn't just an outboard motor. This is an airboat.
Okay, yeah. Now that stretches.
Is that one episode of The Simpsons? I think it happened.
Airboats are fun though. I have ridden an airboat too. God, I am like every single one of these tropes.
Can't believe you're
Well,
from
I
the
mean,
south.
look, like you're
Tell
saying
me
with
about
the
your
Big Mouth
beard.
Billy Bass, I think you have to do it at least once if you live in Florida.
We've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, go really
No, I
fucking
mean, it's.
fast.
If I could do it, if I lived somewhere with enough water for this sort of thing to make sense, I absolutely would.
They just drive out to like the between Cocoa and Orlando, and there's this enormous marshy area that goes on like 1 billion miles in all directions. And they just got dudes out there. You just call one of them up and be like, "Hey, do like airboat tours?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll take you out." They do it. It's cool.
As
It's
a
fun.
lifelong
you got
like
guests in town.
as a lifelong Midwesterner, I have never had grits, Metal Man Master.
Grits are bad. Wait, Man Mass lives in Florida too, right? Don't you, dude? I'm sure you do.
Oh,
Sure you-
Talking about
Don't you tell him where to live.
why not?
I could never really quite get to grips with grits. Sausage gravy, though, that's a good
Get the
fit.
grits.
Oh yeah, no, sausage gravy's legit.
Mm-hmm.
grits are just gross.
So I don't particularly like biscuits, so what I will usually do is I will make pancakes and sausage gravy on them.
Huh.
A brilliant way to create food. Are there ducks? Where are my ducks at?
Actually, yeah, I will say
there's-
Rebel Fire
there's-
mentions cheese grits, and cheese grits are pretty nice. I think if I am going to have grits, that's kind of how I'm going to have grits.
Oh, those
Cheese
are
grits or
decoys
go
on the
home?
water, aren't they?
Yeah, you were tricked by the decoys.
Wait, are you saying that we're stupider than the ducks?
I'm
Like,
stupider
as
than a
stupid
duck.
as.
Well, to be fair, these ducks aren't exactly like handcrafted, loving renters, bespoke artisanal duck models. They look like the decoys.
Artisanal. Artisanal ducks.
Artisanal ducks. Aged in an oaken
And
cask
I'm-
for 70 years.
I'm just going to mention, 35 ducks here, which means over the course of the game, you've probably killed upwards of 100.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
Oh, definitely.
It's nothing like the beaver genocide, though.
Beaver genocide is still upsetting to me.
This is very boring. Where are my ducks?
This is mind-numbing.
Yeah, no, like,
Like, there's a 7-minute timer on this. And just...
you're literally playing an Xbox 360. There are a lot of better games you could be
You
playing.
could be playing anything that has a gun. Every game that has a gun legally had to come out on 360. You could be playing any of them.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of them
Except
are actually really
Killzone.
fun.
All of them are better than this.
Yeah.
Did they have duck calls, though?
They didn't need duck calls.
Like,
Some
some of them
selling
probably
points.
did.
Like Halo, like, you never call any ducks in that. Come on.
You
I
fucking
think
rocket boots
Bulletstorm
in
probably
Halo.
had one.
I wonder how well Pheasant Hunt Challenge would work if I tried installing it.
Probably pretty badly.
Probably.
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 You know, probably.
Yeah, you guys don't get to hear, but the Duck Dynasties are having, like, incidental dialogue about whatever the nonsense is, and it's just not, like, anything anyone would want to hear. And I'm wondering if there's...
Incidental dialogue is like one of those like loaded phrases you never want to hear.
Yeah, I think they're scaring away my ducks. Which you'd think they'd be, like, not doing, but here we are.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
Quack, 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 quack.
Quack, 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 quack.
So I wonder if, like, this game is actually true to duck hunting, or if they just, like, randomly do duck sounds.
I assume they just randomly do duck sounds. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm out. I'm just done. I got nothing left in me. This is taking my very soul. You've destroyed me,
Man, you did Sakura Santa and you're gonna do duck calls.
dude. Like, I'm not sure if you remember, like an hour ago when I told you how fucking my week was.
Capping it all off
I
with
have
Duck
been worn
Dynasty.
down over time, is what I'm saying. Also, Sakura Santa had the decency to end after 40 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still in, like, the tutorial here.
I mean, seriously, the fuck, man.
Like I realize that there are cutscenes that I suppose are intended to explain it, but I don't understand the story of this game. Like I'm saying, at least in the context of why there is one, and not just go to the duck blind and shoot a bunch of ducks.
Well, I think this guy is trying. This guy who apparently exists in real life is trying to earn his duck merit badge.
He's trying to earn his beard.
Yes,
Someone
that's
for
it.
Eagle Scout.
Take what is it? Leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but pictures and beaver pelts.
Yeah.
You
Destroy
didn't even take
all
those beaver pelts.
beavers.
You left them to rot in the sun.
I know, that's the worst part. He couldn't even get that right.
Just
I
like
know,
a beaver
seriously.
mass grave.
Duck Dynasty, Burial at Sea. Expansion pack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, can somebody look up all the DLC available for this? Like, maybe you do get a beard, but you have to pay for it.
Duck Dynasty Resistor, sir.
Wow.
According to the special edition that I have here, I can also unlock Redneck Trivia.
Finally.
I mean, wouldn't that just be a bunch of Jeff Foxworthy jokes?
That's what I assume. It's really the only thing it could be.
I mean, you know?
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Probably not, because you're playing this game.
I mean, yeah, no, a child would run from this.
Like when I was
a
in
child
fifth,
would turn away.
I can
when I
play
was in fifth
anything
grade, I
else.
was playing freaking Super Metroid.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing fucking Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We knew what quality was as children.
I
Yeah,
mean, Doom has aged much better than this.
Then Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think that's controversial to say, no.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
I had a friend who like a couple of years ago played Doom for her very first time, and she loved it.
Yeah, no, Doom's great.
Yeah, I played it
properly
again
finished Doom
recently.
for the first time a few years ago as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns out that, like, I tried playing it a couple of times and never really got into it, but it turns out it's a very fun game if you just go around, shoot everything that moves with the shotgun. Who
Yeah,
knew? Who knew that was how you're supposed
It's
to play
got a high
Doom?
quality shotgun.
Literally everybody.
I mean, pretty much everyone who used to play Doom, like whenever they play a first-person shooter, is like, "Where's a shotgun? I need a shotgun."
I mean, I played Halo
Like-
more than I played Doom, and that's how you play Halo too.
Yeah, like I play Warframe now, and I have like 6 shotguns, and most of the rest of my arsenal is rocket launchers.
Yeah, no, that's how you play first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Like that's also my problem with Windows 10 is that Windows 10 gives us Cortana, but it doesn't give us a friggin' shotgun.
To be fair, that's probably good. Otherwise, the troubleshooting would be awkward.
Oh, I see what you did there, and I'm furious about it.
Oh no.
I mean, rightfully so. That
I mean,
that was
yeah, no,
awful.
I don't think I'm wrong to be that. I think that's pretty reasonable.
So I realize I'm the only one hearing this game, but our character who we assumed was a player avatar but isn't, does anyone notice if he's actually opened his mouth or if he just has...
I don't think he has said a single word,
He
man.
has assumed the role of the player like a good boy.
He's just a very quiet boy.
Hey, he doesn't have his cup. What's wrong with him?
Not allowed to speak.
What is wrong with your hand?
What's wrong?
What is right with his hand?
Hey.
We can't we can't see the cup hand. Like they're very much keeping it out of the shot because the cup.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I was wrong. There is his hand without the cup.
I don't
I'm
believe
sad.
you. I refuse to believe you, and I won't believe
Okay.
you ever.
I want them to have not shown his hand. If we believe it in our hearts, it's true.
That is extremely correct and,
And
accurate.
they really are doing a very good job of making sure he doesn't show his full hand on screen.
Yeah. So the cup might still be there.
I mean, it might.
We have to
Sigh?
believe.
Is that
We
what
have to
this guy's
hold
name
on to
is?
this hope in our hearts.
Oh god, I have to go fishing again.
I said the word hope, and now I have the whole wheat bread song, symbol of hope, stuck in my head. Just sort of.
I am not familiar with that song.
Let me find you a link.
Oh, you're not going to just sing it for us?
No, I don't actually know that one.
Oh.
It's more like it's more like just the melody. Holy Bread was cool, for a variety of reasons. One of them was the fact that they were 3 rappers who got together and said, "Hey, let's just make a punk rock band. Why not?"
Yeah, no, that's legit. Like,
That's pretty awesome. They were all really good. They were actually pretty fun too. Like I saw them live once or twice. They were a lot of fun. All right, now we get into the Discord, and also the Twitch chat. Why not? Because more entertaining than this. We're watching the Bobber Bob. You're hooked
Bobber Bob!
on drugs. Tension limit.
the
The line snapped. Way off.
Oh my god, they should get the Mortal Kombat announcer for Duck Dynasty. You found a beaver. Finish him!
Finish him.
Toasty.
Toasty.
Fatality.
Oh god, Gabe, it doesn't really... I take it back, this is the worst fishing mini game I've ever seen.
Wow.
There's something upsetting about this that I can't quite put my finger on.
Besides the fact that you're depopulating the wilderness.
I mean, you're doing that too.
I'm glad we haven't
Oh, I
had to
found
kill
it!
these.
I found it! Found it! Very important link. Most important link. I believe this actually predates Anti-Up featuring Bert and Ernie.
Wow.
Every rap movie should be recut to have the Muppets narrating it.
Absolutely, yes.
And also, every Tom Waits song should be cut to Cookie Monster footage.
Also true.
Okay, I figured out how to fish again.
Fozzie shouting Dirty South. Duval!
I do have to say, for this being a pretty terrible game, like, at least it's very good with, like, indicators and stuff. Like, it could easily be a terrible game and very confusing. Like, you find enough fish, they tell you to go someplace else, you're not, like, wasting your time, other than playing the game. It's not, like, the worst game I've ever played, it's just phenomenally boring.
Yeah, no,
That
it
almost makes
passes
it
time.
worse.
It brings you slightly closer to death,
Yeah, there it is. You
like
go.
any good game should.
Oh, believe me, this game has made me very aware of my own mortality.
Are you a beaver?
No, we're all just like watching our life sort of slip away. With this.
I mean, my personal belief is that no video game should have a challenge that has any greater than, like, a 1.5-minute timer on it. So
Yeah.
the idea that you could waste 7 minutes of your life on any one task and then have to start from the beginning is absurd. And this is constantly doing that.
Yeah.
Like, if it was an arcadey score attack game, you know, a 7-minute run, 10-minute run.
Not
Yeah,
the worst
if-
thing.
Sure,
If that's
fine.
the entire game.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah, right.
can anybody check the time on how long this has been going on? And again, I still feel like I'm kind of in the
We're at
tutorial.
nearly 2 hours, dude.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right, because
Yeah,
I
you
came
need
in
to-
like an hour 15 ago, I think.
Yeah, like, dude, I think it's time to call it
Selfish
because
or I'll die.
we're all dying. Our souls are dying.
Sega Bass Fishing, this ain't.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I
Please
miss
play,
Sega
please play Finny the Fish in the Seven Waters.
Master. I have a Finny the Fish doll.
Why?
What?
It was a
Awesome.
GameStop giveaway, and like they were clearing
Fucking
out
rad.
like all their random crap. And I was
I
like, "Hey,
love
you
that
want
that's officially a Sega Bass Fishing
you
spin.
want to Finny the Fish?" And I'm like, "Yes, I want to Finny the Fish."
I mean, why wouldn't you want to Fanny the Fish?
I know. I mean, God, if it's offered, you take it.
I mean, I now I'm jealous. I want to Fanny the Fish.
This Finny the Fish.
Felt
though.
like that is a bygone era of Sega where they were like, what if we made a spin-off to our bass fishing games where you played as the bass?
I mean,
where you played as the bad.
I mean, that's a legitimate idea.
yeah.
I also appreciate that in Japan it was called Whoa.
Whoa.
Did it have Keanu Reeves
I
loves?
love I love the whole Japanese thing of starting titles of media in general with exclamations.
Yeah, no, that's pretty great.
Like how the in Japan Cromartie High School is Sakigake Cromartie High School.
What's that mean? I don't know what that means. Is that just like a?
Sounds
I
exciting.
forget. I think it's like a attack or something. I don't remember what it actually.
It's just something to shout when you're all fired up and gonna beat the shit out of a guy.
The claim that Wikipedia makes is that it means forging valiantly ahead.
Nice.
Forging. Okay,
Oh, okay.
sure.
I'm
So
sorry.
the thing you shout when you're gonna beat the shit out of a guy.
Can we talk about the fact that Cromartie High School has, like, I think my single funniest joke in anime that I love?
It might be the funniest
Which one?
TV show.
The
No,
episode where there's like the competition to see who will be the toughest kid ever, but first there's a quiz. And they have to like answer like one question, and literally everyone gets it wrong. I can't remember what the question was though. I have to rewatch it
I
now.
love the.
But it
I
was
love
like
the very beginning from Marty where they all. Okay.
no, I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was sort of like, is there hydrogen in water or something? It's something ridiculously simple, and everyone gets it wrong, and they're immediately disqualified.
I mean, they're not about like knowing what's in water. They're about
Right.
fighting.
I love that, like, at the beginning, they just all psych themselves into thinking Nerd is, like, the toughest guy ever, because how could he not be the toughest guy ever if he's going to tough school despite being a nerd?
Hey, I just love the fact that
I mean, that
Freddie
makes a certain
Mercury
amount
is
of
their
sense.
friend.
And I also
Freddie
love
is
the fact
powerful.
I love how hard those first couple episodes set up Kamiyama to be the straight man. Like you're really expecting him to be the straight man, but he's not. Maida's
He's
the
crazy.
straight man. He's
But then
crazy
again, like,
and
I
he's
also
just
like
a
that there
jerk.
is like an actual backstory for Kamiyama in like the manga that the anime just says like if you want this, go read the manga.
Yeah, the backstory, by the way, is fantastic.
It's really good.
Give me like the Cliff Notes version.
The
I just like
crime he
Nakazawa.
did that got him sent to Cromartie High School was so there was this really big domino rally that was like the greatest in all of Japan.
Oh shit.
He glued the final 3 dominoes down.
Oh,
So that they wouldn't break the record.
that's beautiful. That's wonderful. I'm very happy.
But trying to animate all of those dominoes reaching the end would have been out of their budget.
Yeah, no.
The live-action film version had it had a much more conventional, but actually kind of sweet backstory where Kamiyama transferred to Cromartie High School so that he'd get to stay with a friend, but it turned out the friend didn't end up going to Cromartie High School.
That's part of his backstory. That's part of his backstory in the manga as well.
Oh, okay.
They just, it's like, it's immediate, like, there's a joke in the next, like, bit of author's notes where it's like, yeah, I almost went with this, but then I decided, nah, whatever, I forgot about it. But, like, that is in the manga.
Okay. I only remembered it being in the live-action movie,
Yeah,
which
I've
is
never seen the
also
live
amazing,
action
by
movie.
the way. It ends with a Sentai combined giant robot fight.
That's
Oh, that's
beautiful.
right.
I'm not joking.
That's beautiful. That's all I needed to know. I was already on board. Now I'm super on board.
Alright, I think I am going to call it because I failed at fishing and just everything
You don't
about
wanna
this is terrible.
Do fishing again.
That's fair.
You don't need to do fishing again. You don't need to super.
Yeah, this is a game that has a full open world, kinda, but only ever has one mission at a time.
Yeah.
I'm looking all over the place, and like, I guess I can go look for frogs, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Should you though?
Well, I mean, think about the frogs that would be saved by my not hunting them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like if this is anything like the beavers.
Yes, no, I mean, we're just always getting one step closer to doing another beaver fight. I'm not sure I can deal with that.
No, I don't want you to deal with it.
That's legit.
Though maybe I should go
But-
look for more yuppie signs. They might be out there.
I would say thank you for sharing this game with us, Bob, but I kind of hate you forever.
Yeah,
I can understand
I mean,
that.
I'm kind of on the same level.
This game is less Duck Dynasty and more Truck Travesty.
Truck Travis.
Well,
Tucker.
now we've got a pull quote.
Oh God,
Truck Travis touchdown.
travesty.
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining me on this travesty.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Oh, of
Thank
course.
you for having us, man.
Always a pleasure. Have a good night, everybody.
You
Good night.